Hello, and welcome to Alfonso's English. Today's lesson is going to be with one of the easiest videos that I have. I chose a comedy because it's not extremely hard. It's not going to be science or business or history or anything like that. But still, I practice from the very start, even if you have a low level, we're going to practice with real life English, content made for native speakers. Because I don't think it's actually helpful to practice with audios that are slowed down or too robotic. No. You want to find out from the very beginning what real English sounds like. I did choose, again, a comedy, so it's easy in terms of vocabulary. I chose an accent that is mainly Californian, so you're not gonna find New York or Texas or anything weird going on, maybe a few seconds, but not the whole time. And I will explain it, of course. But comedy has a lot of references about culture, about the language itself. Usually it's about double meanings, saying something that the audience doesn't expect. And that makes it a little bit difficult. But again, it's the easiest that I can think of, easier than science for sure. So keep that in mind. But I also want you to understand that this is a general video because I'm not sure who I'm talking to, right? But the best way to learn and to use my knowledge the best way you can would be one-on-one lessons with me. So then I can tailor the lesson to your own needs, right? Maybe there are words that you already know. I wouldn't bother explaining them, of course. And it's just I could go more in depth about even videos like this that are easy, that are about comedy. Uh, but I'm gonna make this video the best that I can for everyone, right? For any level. I'm gonna use a lot of subtitles. If you're more advanced, I wouldn't use it at all. Or maybe I would just slow the speech down myself. So repeating it and you say it after me instead of subtitles, something in between, which is a really good exercise. But either way, this is the way it's gonna go. It's the easiest level, so let's go for it. The movie is called Anchorman, like this. And probably, in my experience, most students have no idea what that means. An anchor is a tool that we use on a boat. We drop it from the side of the boat to the bottom of the ocean, and it keeps the boat in place. It's very heavy, okay? It's a heavy tool. I'm gonna show you a picture, something like this. But why is it called Anchorman? It's not about a guy that lives in the sea or anything like that. It's because we have another name for this job called a news anchor. Okay, it's the people that read the news on TV. Okay, and before, instead of news anchor, you could just say anchorman. But I don't like it because it's a little bit sexist, more for a guy, right? And the reason I think they're called anchormen or news anchors, but I'm not sure about this, it's because they're basically what keeps the whole show in place, right? It's the rock, it's the base of the show. They read the news and people watch it. But okay, so let's go for it. At the very beginning, you have a little text, and I'm gonna read it because it's gonna give you an idea of what the movie's about. Again, this is about learning English, but I'm gonna try to make it fun, right? Like you should learn in an organic way without realizing that you're learning. Like, just using the language. It's not about I need to memorize everything. No. So I'm gonna talk about movies, I'm gonna talk about jokes, and I'm gonna branch off here and there. Branch, again, I just used a word that probably you don't know unless you have a good level already. A branch from a tree, so you have the trunk of a tree, which is like the body. And then you have branches that are like the arms of the tree, right? Then you have the leaves, leaf in singular, that are the green parts. But the branch is like the arms of a tree. To branch off, it means that from one thing, I'm going to produce, to go on in different ways, right? So I'm gonna grab a certain topic and talk about different things, right? Just to make it fun, to give you more vocabulary. See, we haven't even started the movie, and I've already talked about many things that are important. You need to know what is a branch, what is a trunk, what is a leaf, and what are roots of a tree, right? It's at the bottom of the tree. They take the water from the soil. Soil is what we call the ground where things can grow from. Okay? That's the soil. Like alive. It's like basically the earth. All right. Let's go for it. So the following is based on actual events. And I'm going to talk about pronunciation too. You don't want to read it like the following is based on actual events. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. What matters here? Following, based on, always. It's one of those words that always matter. Actual and events. So like this. The following is doesn't matter. So I link it to following. The following is based on actual events. Okay, easy. Basically, this is a movie inspired by real events. Only the names, locations, and events have been changed. See the way I said it? Not have, but reduced. Only the names, locations, and events have been changed. This matters a little bit. This really matters. And this is 0. Because it's not telling you anything other than the past. It's an auxiliary verb. So we don't pronounce it. No H, no A. The real pronunciation in IPA should be have. And we're going to say events have been changed. And I really pronounce this. Knowing if you follow my courses and you follow my videos on YouTube, there should be a D because the previous consonant is voiced. So it's not ED, it's just a D, changed. That's it, very easy. Okay, now forget about pronunciation and let's think about the actual jokes and what the movie is trying to tell you. The following is based on actual events. Okay, you see that at the beginning of many movies and it means that it's inspired by real life. Now, only the names, locations, and events have been changed. So that's the absurdity of the movie. It's all fake, right? It's just absolute nonsense to say that. But okay, very absurd. Let's just go for it. So don't believe anything you see. It's just an exaggeration of real life.
There was a time before cable.
So we're gonna start the first sentences without subtitles. I'll add them. I'm aware that this is the easiest video that I'm going to do. So I'm going to add a lot of subtitles in this case. But still, even if you have a really low level, you have to try to hear English. You have to try to understand it without relying on help. So let's see.
A time before cable. There was a time before cable.
I'm gonna play it again. Listen to the pronunciation.
There was a time before cable.
There was a time before cable. This is what it said. And you see, you're not gonna hear, and this is the problem with most teachers, that they give you this kind of English that it's fake and people don't really pronounce it like that. Like Spanish. 1, 2, 3, 4. There was a time. All of this doesn't matter. You're not pointing your finger, which I talked about that rule in the rhythm pronunciation lesson. So you're not pointing your finger, you don't pronounce it. Was is the verb to be. It doesn't matter. If it was to play, to sing, you would, but not in this case. So then all these 3 words are reduced into nothing. And time you really expanded. There was a time. Now, doesn't matter, so you reduce it. Time matters again. A time before cable. And probably you don't know what cable is, so I'm going to explain it. Cable is a reference to a way of watching TV, right? So we have many different ways, like satellite TV. Now we have the internet. Before there was cable, and it's just a way in which people would watch TV. That didn't have a lot of channels, and the second joke is about that. So let me see. There was a time before cable.
When the local anchorman reigned supreme.
That's probably a little bit hard, but let's pronounce it first, then I'll talk about what it means. When the local anchorman reigned supreme. To reign is to rule as a king. Okay? A king or queen. To reign over an area, for example, right? So you're the boss, the biggest guy. When the local anchorman, again, the person that reads the news on TV, reigned supreme, he was the very best.
When people believed everything they heard on TV.
See the rhythm? It's not when people believed everything. It's when people believed everything they heard on TV. And on always matters. Okay, that's easy. I don't think I need to explain what that means. So let's move on.
This was an age when only men were allowed to read the news.
See, I'm going to play that again just for the sake of hearing it again and getting the pronunciation down. But I just used an expression that I think it's hard for the sake of basically the reason why.